Welcome back. I'm an emergency doctor actively working at the emergency department of my hospital. In this Doctor's Corner series, we'll dive into lesser-known approaches and hidden strategies to help the people with critical illnesses. You can subscribe if you want to learn the latest news and healthy solutions about your health. Good day, everyone. Begin with a clear distinction. Chronic fatigue is not ordinary tiredness. Do not reduce it to laziness. Do not treat it as a simple lack of motivation. Ask the better question. Why can a person sleep, rest, cancel plans, reduce responsibilities, and still feel as if the body has not recharged? In medical practice, persistent fatigue can come from many directions. Anemia, thyroid disease, sleep disorders, depression, autoimmune disease, infection, medication effects, nutritional deficiency, and, in some people, myalgic encephalomyelitis/chronic fatigue syndrome, often called ME/CFS. ME/CFS is described by the CDC as a serious, chronic, complex illness involving multiple body systems, and one of its defining features is post-exertional malaise. Symptoms worsening after physical, mental, or emotional effort. There is no approved cure, so management must be careful, individualized, and respectful of the patient's limits. Now ask, how could something as ordinary as vegetables matter in a condition as deep and exhausting as chronic fatigue? Do not think of vegetables as decoration on the plate. Think of them as biochemical input. Think of them as signals. Think of them as fiber, polyphenols, minerals, nitrates, carotenoids, folate, vitamin C, magnesium, potassium, and hundreds of plant compounds that speak quietly to the gut, immune system, blood vessels, and energy metabolism. Be careful here. Vegetables are not a magic cure for ME/CFS. Say that clearly, but also do not underestimate them. In a body struggling with inflammation, oxidative stress, blood sugar swings, gut disturbance, and energy instability, the daily pattern of food can either add friction or remove some of it. So today, listen for the central idea. Use vegetables not as a slogan, but as a structured metabolic support strategy. First, look at the energy problem. When someone says, "I am exhausted," ask, why does the body fail to produce usable energy even when calories are present? How can a person eat enough and still feel depleted? In ME/CFS research, investigators have explored mitochondrial dysfunction, oxidative stress, immune activation, autonomic changes, and skeletal muscle abnormalities. A recent review focusing on skeletal muscle involvement in ME/CFS discussed oxidative stress, mitochondrial dysfunction, post-exertional malaise, and redox imbalance as important areas of investigation. Now connect that to vegetables. Do not say, "Eat vegetables because they are healthy." That is too weak. Say this instead, "Feed the systems that protect energy production." Deep-colored vegetables provide antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compounds that help buffer oxidative stress. Leafy greens provide folate and magnesium, both involved in normal cellular metabolism. Red and orange vegetables provide carotenoids. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cabbage, arugula, kale, cauliflower, contain glucosinolate-derived compounds that interact with cellular defense pathways. Why does this matter? Because fatigue is not only about fuel, it is also about the cost of using fuel. If the body is inflamed, oxidatively stressed, sleep disrupted, and metabolically unstable, every task can feel more expensive. So give the body food that reduces biological noise rather than adding to it. Second, examine inflammation. Ask the audience. What if fatigue is not only low energy, but also a signal from the immune system? What if part of the heaviness comes from inflammatory chemistry telling the brain and muscles to conserve energy? This is not speculation without foundation. Medical literature has repeatedly examined immune and inflammatory pathways in ME/CFS, and older mechanistic work has described links among low-grade inflammation, oxidative and nitrosative stress, mitochondrial stress, and ATP-related dysfunction. The exact mechanisms remain debated, but the immune-energy connection is one of the most important themes in the field. So what do vegetables do here? Use them as a daily anti-inflammatory pattern. A randomized controlled trial found that higher intake of vegetables and fruit reduced plasma C-reactive protein, a marker associated with systemic inflammation. Another trial using higher vegetable intake showed gene expression changes related to inflammation, oxidative stress, and energy metabolism. These are not miracle results, but they show something important. Plants can influence the internal environment in measurable ways. Now give a command: build every plate around color. Do not merely add lettuce and call it done. Use dark green, red, orange, purple, white, and sulfur-rich vegetables. Put spinach beside eggs. Put roasted carrots beside fish. Add cabbage to soup. Add peppers to beans. Add broccoli to rice. Make the vegetables part of the meal's architecture, not an apology at the edge of the plate. Third, go to the gut. Ask, why are researchers studying the gut microbiome in a disease that patients experience as exhaustion, brain fog, pain, dizziness, and post-exertional crashes? How can microbes in the intestine have anything to do with energy? In 2023, NIH highlighted 2 studies showing differences in the gut microbiomes of people with ME/CFS compared with healthy controls, including findings that may help identify biological signatures of the illness. This matters because the gut microbiome communicates with the immune system, produces metabolites, influences gut barrier function, and may affect systemic inflammation. Now bring vegetables into focus. Vegetables carry fibers that human enzymes do not fully digest. That is not a flaw, it is the point. Those fibers reach the colon and become food for gut microbes. Through fermentation, microbes produce short-chain fatty acids such as acetate, propionate, and butyrate. Reviews in the medical literature describe how dietary fiber shapes the gut microbiota and supports short-chain fatty acid production, while these metabolites interact with immune regulation and intestinal homeostasis. So ask, how do you feed the gut when the body is too tired to cook? Use low-barrier choices. Keep frozen spinach, peas, broccoli, cauliflower rice, chopped onions, and mixed vegetables available. Use pre-washed greens. Use canned tomatoes. Use jarred roasted peppers. Use microwavable vegetables. Use soup. Use vegetable-based sauces. Do not make the plan heroic, make it repeatable. And remember this, some people with chronic fatigue have irritable bowel symptoms, food intolerances, mast cell type reactions, or sensitivity to high FODMAP foods. So do not force raw salads on a fragile gut. Start cooked. Start small. Start with 2 tablespoons if necessary. Increase slowly. Track symptoms. If bloating, pain, diarrhea, constipation, flushing, or worsening fatigue appears, adjust with a clinician or dietitian. The goal is not to win an internet diet contest. The goal is to nourish without provoking. Fourth, stabilize blood sugar. Ask, why do many people feel worse after a sweet breakfast, a refined carbohydrate lunch, or long gaps without food? How can the plate create either a crash or a smoother day? Vegetables help slow the meal. Fiber changes gastric emptying and carbohydrate absorption. Non-starchy vegetables add volume, potassium, magnesium, water, and texture without flooding the bloodstream with sugar. This matters because blood glucose swings can worsen sleepiness and fatigue in many people, even when they do not have diabetes. Public health guidance also emphasizes balanced meals and notes that low blood sugar can increase sleepiness and fatigue. So give this command: eat vegetables before or with starch, not after the crash. Put cucumber, greens, cabbage, or cooked zucchini beside rice. Add lentils and vegetables to pasta. Put mushrooms and peppers into an omelette. Add beans, salsa, lettuce, and sautéed vegetables to a bowl. If you eat bread, pair it with vegetable soup and protein. If you eat potatoes, pair them with greens, olive oil, and a protein source. Why? Because a stable meal is not only about calories, it is about rhythm. Chronic fatigue often punishes chaos. A structured plate gives the body fewer metabolic jolts. Fifth, support circulation and muscle function. Ask, how does blood flow relate to fatigue? How do muscles feel when oxygen delivery, autonomic regulation, or vascular tone is not ideal? Leafy greens and beetroot are rich in dietary nitrate, which the body can convert through the nitrate-nitrite-nitric oxide pathway. Nitric oxide is involved in blood vessel relaxation and muscle physiology. Research on nitrate has explored exercise tolerance and muscle fatigue, though findings are not uniform and should not be exaggerated. Some studies suggest benefits for muscle fatigue and perceived effort, while other work has questioned whether mitochondrial changes fully explain those benefits. So use precision. Do not promise that beets will cure exhaustion. Instead say, include nitrate-rich vegetables as one supportive tool. Try arugula, spinach, lettuce, celery, beetroot, and Swiss chard. If tolerated, use them several times per week. If blood pressure is low, if medications are involved, or if dizziness is prominent, be medically cautious and ask a professional. Sixth, address micronutrient density. Ask, what happens when the body is asked to repair, regulate immunity, produce neurotransmitters, maintain blood volume, and support muscles with a thin supply of micronutrients? Vegetables bring many nutrients in low-burden packages. Leafy greens bring folate and vitamin K. Potatoes and greens bring potassium. Peppers and broccoli bring vitamin C. Mushrooms can contribute B vitamins and, if UV exposed, vitamin D. Beans, peas, and lentils count as vegetables in many food guidance systems and also provide protein, fiber, iron, zinc, and magnesium. But give another command. Do not rely on vegetables alone. Pair them with protein. Pair them with healthy fats. Pair them with adequate salt and fluids when clinically appropriate, especially if orthostatic intolerance is present. Pair them with enough total calories. Chronic fatigue can worsen when people undereat because cooking is hard, appetite is low, or restrictive diets become too narrow. A systematic review of dietary and nutrition interventions for CFS/ME found that the evidence base is limited and not strong enough to declare one diet as a definitive treatment. That matters. It tells us to be humble. But it does not tell us to ignore nutrition. It tells us to use nutrition as supportive care, not as a cure claim. Now make it practical. Use the 3x3 method. First, eat 3 vegetable moments per day. Morning, spinach and eggs, tomatoes with beans, or leftover soup. Midday, a bowl with greens, lentils, carrots, cucumbers, and protein. Evening, cooked broccoli, zucchini, cabbage, or mixed vegetables. Second, rotate 3 families per week. Use leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, and red-orange vegetables. Add alliums like onion, garlic, leek, or scallion if tolerated. Add legumes if tolerated. Third, choose 3 forms: fresh when energy allows, frozen when energy is low, canned or jarred when the day is difficult. Stop making nutrition dependent on a perfect kitchen. A tired body needs a plan that survives real life. Ask, how should someone start if they are very symptomatic? Start with 1 cooked vegetable serving per day for a week. Choose something gentle: carrots, zucchini, spinach, peeled cucumber, squash, green beans, or potatoes. Then add a second serving. Then add color. Then add variety. Move slowly. Watch the body. Respect post-exertional limits. If chopping drains energy, buy chopped vegetables. If standing is too much, sit while preparing food. If cooking is impossible, use ready-made vegetable soup with added protein. And ask one more question. Why does this approach work better than a strict, dramatic diet? Because chronic fatigue often requires consistency more than intensity. The body may not tolerate abrupt changes. A huge raw salad, a sudden high-fiber plan, or a highly restrictive diet can backfire. Small, daily inputs are often more sustainable than a nutritional revolution that lasts 4 days. So bring the message home. Vegetables can help chronic fatigue not because they are magical, but because they touch several systems at once: inflammation, oxidative stress, gut microbiome activity, blood sugar stability, vascular function, micronutrient supply, and meal structure. They do not replace medical evaluation. They do not erase ME/CFS. They do not guarantee recovery, but they can reduce some of the biological burden that makes tiredness feel heavier. So do this. Choose cooked vegetables if your gut is sensitive. Choose deep colors if inflammation is a concern. Choose leafy greens and beets if circulation support is appropriate. Choose frozen vegetables if energy is low. Choose consistency over perfection. Ask every day, how can I make this meal support my energy instead of stealing more of it? Let vegetables become a quiet clinical habit, not dramatic, not complicated, but deeply supportive. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and keep building health as a family, one practical step at a time. I'll see you in the next topic.